Hi, I'm Ryan with the R&R Law Group. Today we're talking about what happens when you hire an attorney for an investigation. So what do I mean about an investigation? What this is, or where this comes up, is when you've had police contact, but either the police didn't arrest you, they didn't give you a citation, you don't currently have active charges. So you've had the police contact, so that's the first thing that happens. Somehow you're contacted by the police, either by a traffic stop, you're approached in the street, they come to your house, or you're at some other place and the police come. That's the very first thing that happens, but there are no charges that come up. We generally hear about this in one of two ways. Either a client contacts us and says, I was contacted by police and such happened. I was pulled over by police and they took marijuana from my car, but they never gave me a citation. They never did anything. That's the very first type of contact that we'll get. The other type where we see these come up is when they should have contacted us. Now charges have come up, maybe 6 months down the road, a year down the road. For felonies, the statute of limitations is 7 years in most cases, so this could pop up 2 years down the road. And now they're saying, oh, well, I remember back when this happened, I was contacted by police, but they just seized the drugs, they took the marijuana out of my car, and then they just let me go. I didn't think anything was ever going to happen with that. Those are the two types where we see, when an investigation could be beneficial. Okay, so what happens is with the investigation, you contact our firm, we go through everything, we talk about what happens, you hire us for the investigation. What that is that includes a letter of representation. So a letter of representation is a letter from our office that you have physically in hand that says, I am represented by an attorney and I do not wish to have any questioning, I don't want to talk to the police, I don't want to do anything like that. This is important because a lot of people can feel intimidated when police try and talk to you, or they want to interview you, or they want to question you again, or the police come in and they're knocking at the door, and now you don't know where to turn. Well, this gives you that security to know I've got an attorney waiting for me, ready for me. I've already hired them, and now I can give the officer this letter that says I'm represented by an attorney. It is asserting your right to remain silent, which is very important, so that there's no self-incrimination, so that you don't say anything else that can be used against you later. That's the first step. So you get the letter of representation that just says I've got an attorney ready to go. Then our office is going to obtain the police report. So whether that be from Phoenix, Scottsdale, Chandler, DPS, Maricopa County Sheriff's Office, whoever it is, we want to get that police report so that we can see exactly what happened from the state's perspective. And then that way we can have you look at the police report as well and say, well, this didn't quite happen that way, and this didn't happen that way either. The other important thing about an investigation is the ability to secure other witnesses or any other evidence that needs to be secured right now. If your charge comes up a year down the road, you may have forgotten a lot of important facts about what happened during the stop, and that can affect your case negatively for you when this case does come up. So we're going to want you to come in and talk to us so that we can kind of memorialize everything that happened from your perspective, and then get the police report so we can see from the state's perspective what they're looking at. And then ultimately that lets you know your chances. What do we think your ultimate chances are going to be? Is there some sort of deferral program that you can get enrolled in before charges even come up? Is there something else that we can be doing proactively to try and prevent charges? Or do we look at this case and say, hey, look, I don't think charges are even going to come up? The way we work investigations is it's like a prepayment towards a case. So it's the work that we would normally be doing in a case if you hired us after the charges were already there. This is just a way to kind of get in the door. You're going to basically pay a down payment. That's what it's going to look like for the future case. And any money you pay towards an investigation will go towards that case if it's later charged. But it's a way for us to help you get ahead of the curve and not be lagging, not miss crucial evidence, not miss crucial parts of a case that could, ultimately affect the outcome of your case down the road. So if you've been contacted by police but you don't have charges yet, there is still things that we can do to put you in a good spot, as well as give you peace of mind. That's what a lot of clients say, the most unnerving part of anything that they know is the unknown. Just not knowing what's going to happen or what could be happening. That's the scariest part for a lot of our clients. We can help provide you with that peace of mind. We can help you sleep tonight. So give our office a call, and we can talk about what we can do for your investigation.